With the Edmonton Oilers set to take on Game 2 against the LA Kings tonight, many people are wondering if this team will continue to do what they did last game and really just dominate the LA Kings. Many people are also wondering if Ryan Nugent-Hopkins will turn his game around, and many people are slightly concerned about his production. But we're going to be talking about that, as well as the hit from Trevor Moore last game on Vincent Desharnais, which resulted in no suspension or fine. So we're going to be talking about all of those here in this video. Before we do, we noticed that 97% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you're looking for a spot to get all of your Edmonton Oilers news, you're in the right spot. Make sure to hit the sub button. Join us along here as we cover this team all throughout the playoffs and well beyond after as well. But without any further ado, let's get straight into the first topic here, which is people have concerns about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and his production drop-off from last year. And my immediate thoughts on that are, I don't think there's anything to worry about. Really, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has been here on this team for so long. He's an incredible leader. And although the production is down, this team don't need Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to be putting up 100 and some odd points. But this is what a article here, I do apologize, I can't remember who this is from, but it says, even though Nugent-Hopkins has struggled to score as of late, namely on the 5-on-5, there's a saving grace. It's that Nugent-Hopkins is, well, Nugent-Hopkins. His goal total and late season scarcity of them are way down the list of worries for anyone with the Oilers. And then this continues on later on to see what Kris Knoblauch's thoughts on this. It says, it's not a concern. He's been very beneficial to our team. I would like to have the puck to have gone in the net for him a little bit more, but it's also a lot due to his luck. I've never thought in my mind that because Ryan wasn't scoring, he wasn't helping our team contribute. He's been doing so many things to help our team succeed, and that's absolutely right. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is an integral piece of this team, especially in the playoff scenario where he's been on I believe this team for 12 years now. I could be wrong, but I believe it's 12 years, and he's been a major part of every aspect of their game since then, from the rebuilding days until now, and everything he does with the puck, his two-way success, his offensive ability, his defensive ability, everything about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is perfect for this team right now. And I really think there should be no concern about his goal scoring. That will come back, no doubt, especially with who he's on this team with. Connor McDavid, Draisaitl, Zach Hyman, all of those guys will help contribute to his success, and hopefully the return back to what I would say is normal for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, although you really can't be mad with him not getting 100 points again this season due to how good he's been for this team, how beneficial he's been to this team for a long, long time now. But once again, I really think there is no concern about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. His importance on this team goes well beyond just his goal-scoring ability. So we're going to move on to the next topic here, which, like I said earlier, was the hit on from Trevor Moore on Vincent Desharnais, sorry. This is ridiculous that there is no secondary actions coming from this, whether it be a fine, whether it be a one-game suspension. Now, I know this is playoff hockey. Probably wouldn't have been suspension in the playoff scenario, but maybe during the regular season. But this is what came up from Mark Spector. He said, no supplementary discipline for Trevor Moore from his low hit on Desharnais in Game 1. It was reviewed by the NHL Player Safety. Now, I'm sure all of us here watching know that the NHL Player Safety is a bit of a joke. Not many people take it too seriously at this point, as they've made some questionable decisions in their past. But this was a really, really low hit. This was a very, very low hit. One that was well beyond the threshold, I would say, of a hip check from a clean hit to a suspension or a fine. We've seen that before. I was watching the game with some people who don't watch hockey too much, and they even thought that that was a low hit. So that right there should say alone that people who don't even watch, regular season or watch it regularly thought that that was a bit dirty. So I really think that this should have been at least some supplementary discipline. I do expect maybe a bit of chippiness towards Trevor Moore here in this game tonight. That would be another very exciting part of this game if the physicality keeps going up and up and up from what we've seen as well in some different games this season. So I think that's going to be one thing that we're going to have to watch tonight, whether this game gets a bit more physical than what we've normally seen. But let's move on to a little pregame analysis, and really the key for the Edmonton Oilers to beat the LA Kings once again and go up 2-0 here in this series. And really, to keep it, brief, is pretty much just do the exact same thing, but there are more layers to this now that the LA Kings know what they did last game did not work. The 1-3-1 really didn't work, even though that's what they've been banking on, and it really just couldn't find the success coming from it against the guys that this Edmonton Oilers team has. So this is what the Kings kind of thought process is, I guess you could say. The Kings will have the same lineup as they did last game. And he expects their team to be better tonight, says Jim Hiller, on the penalty kill and limiting chances off the rush. The latter will be easier than the former. So, limiting chances off the rush is definitely going to be one thing that this LA Kings team is going to focus on here, as well as the penalty kill. Both of those things really are going to be two focuses, as said here by the LA Kings, knowing that the penalty kill, or the power play, I should say, for the Edmonton Oilers, as well as their rushes, are much, much, much better than a majority of the teams around the NHL. And that's where the Edmonton Oilers can have success in both of those departments, just about against any team. So I expect that the LA Kings are going to tighten up on both ends of those the spectrum there for those things. They're going to tighten up the penalty kill. They're going to be trying to get in front of the puck, as well as trying to limit the offensive zone chances or the breakouts into the zone that the Edmonton Oilers have. So if the Edmonton Oilers realize this, adapt to this, knowing that that's what the Kings are going to fix or rework into this game, I think that the Edmonton Oilers will come out the same way, maybe change up just something, but what worked last game worked. And really the question is going to be, are they going to be able to keep this up once again? Are they going to be able to do the exact same thing and just completely walk through this LA defense? And here's a little continuation off that article. It says, can the Oilers match the same performance tonight in Game 2? And I believe this is from Oilers Nation on Twitter. The puck drops at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, and you'd have to imagine the Kings come out with more fight than earlier in the week. The Oilers are going with the same lineup, but the glaring question is, who does Los Angeles go with between the pipes? And I really don't think that's going to be too much of a question. It should definitely be Cam Talbot still. Although he's not been the best playoff performer in his career, he's definitely, I would say, the best opportunity right now, especially where he's been facing and played with Connor McDavid over his career. So, once again, it's really going to be about, can the Oilers work their way through the defense of the LA Kings, even though the LA Kings are, likely, and not from our standpoint, hopefully from an LA Kings standpoint, they could realize that they're going to have to change something if they actually want a chance in the series. But if they don't, whatever, we'll take the win on that. It don't really matter, but chances are they will somehow or some way or in some little different aspect make a change here to try and limit those rush chances and the power play from the Edmonton Oilers. So let me know what you think about here in this, what you're thinking about this game. What are your thoughts? Any predictions, maybe? Score predictions, game predictions, whatnot. It's going to be a very good game once again, I would say. The exact same or better than last game, and I'm expecting a lot more physicality from this game, especially after that Trevor Moore hit, and there was no repercussions from that. But that's all I got here in this video. If you did enjoy and you want to stay up to date with all of the Edmonton Oilers news that we have to bring you here, hit the sub button. These playoffs look like they're going to be a very good one, and you're going to want to stay up to date with all of the news that this team has to offer all throughout these playoffs. But that's all I got for this week. If you did enjoy, make sure to give the video a like, subscribe like I said, but that's all I got. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.